lesson that I got from my grandmother. I think in life that, you know, as a kid, it's important to have somebody say, hey, you're doing a good job, or somebody to say, hey, keep on doing what you're doing. And I think that we need to surround ourselves more with those type of people. How that happened for me, the burning desire of becoming an Olympian, I think was well there. It was such a burning desire that I want to do anything that I could as much as possible, sell my car, go sell vacuum door to door, do anything that I could do as much as possible to get to that level. Exactly how that all infused from being so determined, I think that comes with life, that comes with how I was raised as a Ghanaian, as a kid, knowing that my parents did not always have everything, but they also worked really hard to give us a good life. And I knew that with everything that they have gone through as individual parents, that they left so much behind for their kids that I really want to show them as well and make them proud as well. Yeah, that's one of the toughest time in my life. You know, living in Ghana, when my mom left, I think I was about 2-3 years old, 1989. She left to prepare a better place for us, future education, and that's why she went to Amsterdam, to the Netherlands. And she kept her promise. So in 1995, she came back for myself and my brother Kofi, and we moved with her. So in our mind, it was all about, oh, we're going to Europe, we're going to a better place, a better future, not knowing that life was more miserable my first 13 years than being a kid here in Ghana. And it's because you are exposed to a lot of great things that you cannot touch, that you cannot be part of. The fact that no school wanted to accept me because I was an illegal immigrant. The fact that when I injured my ankle, no doctor wanted to help me. It was really a tough situation to be at that young age and to be battling with those emotions and tough time and not to be able to show my God-given talent. That was a really rough moment. But like I said, you know, I had a great grandmother who gave me a great lesson and a coach who believed in me as well, a track and field coach. I didn't know, but you know, I'm calling myself an entrepreneur athlete. You got to take risk, and I think that you never know what exactly is going to happen. But if you have so much belief in yourself, not everybody's going to believe in you. You know, when I tell people about my dream, the first time to become a track and field Olympian, everybody was like, okay, yeah, maybe you can do it because I became that champion. But then more and more when I got injured, I didn't have the paperwork. It was taking too long. It was really hard for me to get there. People started to doubt me, say that, you know, just let it go. I mean, you tried 2 times with bobsled, with skeleton, with track and field, with bobsled. It's not going to happen anymore. Go find a normal job. I mean, we all had dreams one time and it all died, just move on. And I had to prove to myself, first of all, that I could do it. Because sometimes in life you want to prove to other people that you can do it, but you got to prove it to yourself first. And the whole thing about the vacuum selling is that I needed to find a job and something that I could, you know, be in control of and work really hard to accomplish. If that was going to help me to get to the Olympics, I did not know. But at that moment, that's all I could do. And I put all my effort and everything to move away, you know, with my family and different things like that to be able to get to where I am today. Well, obviously, I knew going into the 2018 Olympics that I wasn't ready competitive-wise. My goal when I came out to tell the rest of the world family and everything, my goal was 2022 Beijing Olympics. It was never 2018. The 2018 Olympics whole thing started sometime summer 2017 when I had the opportunity to actually get close with sponsors, Coco from Ghana, and different people that were supporting me to actually get to that level. Yeah. It was never 2018. So going to the Olympic 2018 was a bonus. But I had 3 main goals, and if I could accomplish that goal, I would be down there dancing, having a laugh on my face. And the first thing was to break barrier. It was to show that black people from a warm country, can actually do something that nobody's ever done before, that we could do it. A second thing was to write history for the country that I love so much, Ghana. And when I started sports, a winter sport, I wanted to give back to Ghana. I wanted to give back to the country I was born. And I think I succeeded in being able to write history for Ghana and waving that flag as high as possible. And the third thing was to gain the necessary experience for the 2022 Olympics, which are coming up. And I feel like I did that by being surrounded by, you know, the best of the world, competing with the best. So I think I accomplished those 3 goals, and that's why the smile was on my face, that I knew that I've accomplished my goal. I didn't accomplish the goal of the world, or, you know, the world wants you to be there, win, get gold, but a lot of people did not go through the things that I did. Obviously, I started with track and field, and bobsledding is where I kind of got into the winter sport. And because the coach approached me and said that because of my speed that I had what it takes to use that talent into the winter sport as bobsledding. Well, that didn't happen because we only had one sledder qualify for the Sochi Olympic 2014 for the Netherlands. So then that same coach 3 years later said, you got to do skeleton. It's an individual sport. The first 50 meters is important to push fast. You can always learn how to steer, but at least you have that competitiveness of your speed the first 50 meters. And again, the same thing, because she believed in me, I gave that a try. Something new, something totally brand new. You know, a black man on ice, a Ghana man on ice. There's only one man that has ever done it. That's Kwame Nkrumah, the snow leopard in 2010 that's gone on snow. No other Ghanaian African has ever really done it to that level. So that was already a challenge for me to do something like that. I come from a world where we play soccer and run very fast, right? Another difficult thing too was the finance. It can be a challenging, expensive sport to be able to find the necessary funds because nobody really believed in me. Literally nobody believed in me that I could do it. So I had no sponsors. I sponsored myself my very first year, and later on sponsors came into it as well. So that was a challenge. Taking the risk and the sacrifice to be away from my wife and daughter, it's a tough thing as well. I travel around the world a lot, and I also need to make ends meet to my family as well. So here I am trying to compete for my country, but my family still needs to eat, right? So that was a challenge itself as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. And obviously I'm a track and field. I love track and field, but at the age where I am right now, 32, that's when we all retire in track and field. So I think, it would not be possible for me to be part of the best of the world when it comes to sprinting, but I definitely can use my skills in skeleton, definitely for sure. And I love the sports because it's challenging, it's different, and it's just and I think being one with the ice, it's such a smooth, you got to give it a try. Skeleton to me, it's like a roller coaster that you got to be in control of. I think it's a sport that it's an adrenaline junk. It's a definitely sport that is challenging, fearful, but it's definitely doable. I think definitely getting into the sport whereby I said, hey, I'm African, I want to do a winter sport. That was a really challenging around me to see the community of people around me that said, this is not really something that we do. You got to choose something different. That was a challenge, obviously trying to convince other people. Like I said, you got to convince yourself before you convince other people. So doing something that was new to me was a challenge already because I did not have enough people around me to say, hey, you can do it, right? Because it's totally new. I think part of the challenges was to have my own coach, and I didn't have an own coach. I had to, have different coaches to help me, but I didn't have my own coach. I had to create a staff. But one of the biggest challenges, I had to come to Ghana and actually set up the federation. A big challenge as well, to come all the way to Ghana and set it all up. But I had great local members that I really love sports, and that definitely supported me to do this. She's the boss, and I'm glad that the boss said, yes, let's do it. I definitely think that she has been such a great support. I don't think that I'll be where I am today without her. And during the Olympics, I got very emotional, started to cry, but I'm not going to do that over here. My wife, Erica Shields Frimpong, has been the greatest support supported me to do this. She had 2 jobs. She was pregnant, and that I could go fulfill my dream. And I think that without her, that I wouldn't be able to be here today, even talk to you about my Olympic dream. I'll definitely select it's okay to come. I think that sometimes we have so many different skills that if we try in various different sports, that we can do really well. So I definitely think that people should just try something different. One of my advice also to them leading into this as well is that if failure was the only last step, there wouldn't be something called success. You have to fail before you can succeed. Future for me is to win a medal in 2022. My goal is to bring a medal back home for Ghana. Thank you.
Ghanaian Akwasi Frimpong. Now at the start from Ghanaian Akwasi Frimpong.